All right, guys. Welcome back today. We got an episode of Timberwolves Talk. It's been again a minute, but we can explain. We can
I
explain.
mean, can we though?
You
We,
can
we
explain
I can
for your
explain.
lack of absence.
Yeah, I just got back from a family trip and I told Chris I was gonna bring out the mic and we were gonna I was gonna do it from Florida. But you know how it goes on vacation. It just doesn't it doesn't happen. I should have known. But but yeah, this is kind of the end. We've been going on vacations, all-star break, a lot of breaks here. But I think from here to the end of the season, you're gonna see very consistent Timberwolves stocks. I think that we owe that to you guys as the fans of the channel, is just to be consistent with it for the rest of the season. And then once the summer happens, we'll see what happens. But at least to the end of the season, we're going to be very consistent, at least once a week, and we're going to give you a lot of content.
Yeah, and right directly after this, we're gonna be recording a Twins Talk, first of its kind. So if you
Very,
guys
we're
go ahead.
very creative with the names here. We really like to venture out with the names, but no, we just wanted to keep it simple. Kind of our trademark is just talk. So you just put the T and then the talk after. It seemed to work with the Timberwolves talk. So yeah, check that out. It'll be releasing tomorrow. So it'll be releasing on Wednesday. So yeah, check that out.
Yeah, we're super excited. It's gonna be a way for us to keep doing these sports podcasts. Even if we don't do a ton of Timberwolves content in the summer, it's a way for us to keep the sports going, keep the sports flowing, and we both love the Twins, and it should be a good podcast. We'll see how it goes. Like anything new, we'll have to work the kinks out and
Right.
experiment a little bit. So it'll be fun to watch it tomorrow for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, what do you want to talk about first? We got a lot to talk about. We're not going to be able to talk about everything, obviously, because it's been about a week. But at least we're going to try to hammer out some main points. So what do you think we should go into first here?
I say we probably let's hit the Knicks game first. I think we'll go back to the Knicks. I think that's as far back as we'll go on the timeline. We can't cover every single loss we have always, but yeah,
Man, that
the
fun
freaking
game.
Knicks.
That was a
Fun
great
game.
game to watch, man. I honestly, I haven't had that much fun watching a Timberwolves game in a while, and it really looked like we were trying to lose that game. I don't like the last 5 seconds of that game, or last maybe 10 seconds of that game was just the biggest shit show I've ever seen. And the camera didn't even.
Bally Sports
We'll talk
fucking
about that
or
later.
cut that out, but Valley Sports missed the first turnover because there was two
Yeah,
turnovers
is that Bally Sports'
in that
fault
sequence.
though? That's my question. Is that their fault? Because it's probably the same camera guy. There's no way they got a new camera, dude.
No, like I think it's a new crew because like the cuts look terrible, the scoreboard looks
We'll
terrible.
talk about that
We'll talk
more.
about that later, but
Well, yeah, they missed the turnover, so
yeah,
I
the
don't even
first
know what
turnover we
happened.
missed. It looked like it honestly what happened was it looks like the Timberwolves were inbounding it, but it looks like the Knicks had inbounded it because of the turnover. We didn't
Yep.
see what happened.
Yeah, it's kind of like in a high school game when you're watching like a high school basketball game being streamed, and the camera person just forgets they're recording the game and just doesn't move the camera. That's exactly what happened. Like you and prime time crunch moment with like 5 seconds left. That is unacceptable. You can't miss it. Like the game that could have been the game deciding turnover right there.
Yeah, we tried our best to blow that game. And the other thing, the second turnover that we did see on TV was our best free throw shooter rebounds the ball, Karl Anthony
Yeah.
Towns, and it tries to just toss it to who do you even toss it to? Ricky?
It was hot potato. He just didn't want it.
I'm like, we want Towns shooting those free throws, and
Or
then
you take a timeout, or you catch the ball, timeout, advance the ball.
no, but he caught it and then just tossed it right
Yeah,
away.
I know.
It
That's what I'm
was
saying. But if he really didn't want to shoot the free throws, just catch it, call timeout.
exactly. And then luckily, I don't who was the one who shot those free throws? Was it
I don't remember.
I think it was Ricky, mate. I don't know who shot those,
I don't
but
think
we ended
Ricky was playing that game.
oh, he wasn't?
I
Oh, he
don't
might
think
have
so.
been out. You're right. But all I remember is the RJ Barrett play was that's been pretty talked about. And honestly, I don't really think Ant meant any ill will by it. That was just the game. He legitimately just said what I think Finch told them in the huddle was like, do not let them inbound it to Julius Randle. Let Barrett get the ball and take a shot, which they did, and he missed. And then what happens is media just like sees that press conference where he said, "Yeah, we wanted RJ to get the ball," and like takes it and runs with it, like he's disrespecting RJ. Like Knicks fans were pissed. I'm like, guys, like were you not watching the game? Julius Randle was hitting every single shot. I'm not saying RJ had a bad game because he had like 23, but we want RJ Barrett shooting shots. What?
Yeah. No,
There's no disrespect.
Well, even if there was, like, you can't, like, it's not a disrespect. I mean, I guess if you're RJ Barrett, you're taking that as disrespect.
And then Knicks fans are the worst, man. So like Peyton and I follow a lot of fan accounts on our IGs and stuff, and like I couldn't stay silent. Like this Knicks page was like, oh yeah, Anthony Edwards trash. How can he say that when RJ Barrett's a better player? And I'm like, first of all, I think Ant's already a better player than RJ Barrett, and he's only in his rookie season. And
yeah,
RJ Barrett's like, I like RJ Barrett. He's decent, but he's nowhere near to where Ant's gonna be or where he even is right now. Like he's nowhere as talented, I don't think.
No.
And you can like stat pick all you want, and they can point out the inefficiencies, and I can point out, oh, RJ Barrett's kind of just repeating his rookie season. Like he's doing the same things, and RJ Barrett's inefficient too.
Well, it's just like, fine. If you're going to talk about
and you're picking on a rookie with no training camp.
Well, no, I mean, if you're going to say how good RJ Barrett is, why didn't he hit the shot?
Yeah, why do he almost airballed that shot actually?
Like, there you go.
Right as he released it, I knew it wasn't going in.
No, like there you go, right there. That's your complaint. Like he should have made the shot if he's so good. And like, but like,
oh, and congrats, you dropped 23 on not a great defender in Anthony Edwards. Like,
no, Logan Kolofsky put this in the comment section. He said that Anthony Edwards, I don't know if I can trust this stat, obviously, but he said that Anthony Edwards was ranked last in shooting guards defense, like a defensive stat. He was ranked last in the NBA.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Like he's not terrible. A great on-ball defender. Like
no.
He's
a bad off-ball defender too, dude. Like he gets beat backdoor. Like so he just doesn't know what he's doing sometimes.
I think he was guarding Devin Booker in the Suns game, and Devin Booker legitimately just cooked him the whole game.
And that's fine. I mean,
we won the Knicks game. Big win. Big win. That's a playoff team, so that was a big win.
J-Mac went off in that game.
Yeah, J-Mac did have a good game. That was the game where he was hitting like every three.
Yep.
That was a really complete game by him, actually. And then, obviously, we can't win back-to-back games, so we blow the game. I don't even want to talk about the Grizzlies game. The Grizzlies, for some reason, are like our kryptonite. We cannot beat the Grizzlies, and I don't know what it is. They're not even like a really good team by any means. It's just we can't beat them.
That's fine.
It's always Brandon Clark and Dylan Brooks, man.
And Tyus, dude. I want to ask you something. You froze up here. Big freeze, guy. Oh, you back?
No, I saw that. I'm back.
All right, I didn't say anything when you froze up, but so I got in a little debate on Instagram yesterday with Score North Skull Boys maybe some Skull North or some not Score North, but it's like
Score North's the podcast. It was probably a Vikings page.
Yeah, and they said that Tyus Jones is nowhere near the player that Jalen Suggs is. And I said that is just like one of the most false things I've ever heard.
I mean, like
right now,
probably not. I don't know about right now because like Tyus has been in the league for so long, but obviously Jalen Suggs is going to be better than Tyus.
Yes, but it's not even close. You got Tyus Jones was the number 4 kid in his class going into college, and then he played at one of the best schools ever and led them to a national championship. You can't tell me that that's not something.
But he was a sophomore doing that though.
But like, you can't tell me he's nowhere close to what Jalen Suggs is. Sir Jalen Suggs hit a shot, and that's what I said. I said this is recency bias. But Tyus Jones, dude, he literally was the best player out of Minnesota in years.
I would say, like, if we're talking about right now, like Tyus Jones in what, like year 6, year whatever it is, and Jalen Suggs not even in the NBA yet, I'm sure Tyus would win a.
No, yeah, it wasn't saying like right now who's a better player. It's saying like as a prospect, and I think it's close. Like I'm saying, like Tyus Jones right now, he's been one of the better backups in the NBA for 6 years. That's solid.
Yeah,
it's not like he's a bust. Like it just, I don't know. I felt disrespectful to Tyus Jones, saying it's not even close because Jalen Suggs,
like Jalen Suggs' draft stock has risen so much that like has the potential to be the number 2 overall pick now. I don't know. It's a good debate.
And dude,
Who's the higher rated prospect? I don't know. It's probably Jalen.
Jalen definitely is, but just him saying it's not even close is what got me. But,
Fair
but yeah,
enough.
I don't know. I don't think I would take Jalen Suggs number 2 if I had the number 2 pick.
If I was the Timberwolves, I wouldn't. No, I don't think we need a guard. I think we need. We can get into that later, but yeah, I don't know. I think there's players that have shown out a little bit better than I don't know. I like Jalen Green too, 20 points in the G League. I think Cade Cunningham's a generational talent. Like there's players that are better.
I think just comparing him to Cade Cunningham is just it's not even close. Cade Cunningham is just
No, it's not.
he's a unicorn, man. Cade Cunningham is different. But yeah, no, enough with that. Enough with that. So after the Grizzlies game, let's talk about the news that you heard yesterday. What did you think about that when you saw that tweet that DLO was back in the lineup?
I was super excited. I wasn't expecting it because usually when those status reports come out, they come out like well, I saw it was this status report came out and he was doubtful. So I'm like, okay, he's probably not playing. And then
That's what I said. Yeah, I
the
was
lineup,
like,
yeah, the lineups don't come out till like an hour before the games. So then but the thing that was weird was the Shams like tweeted it earlier in the day. So I don't know. I guess they knew.
yeah, I was like,
It was interesting. It was
classic
interesting that he came
Timberwolves.
back.
Classic Timberwolves just not giving us any information. Like he goes from being listed as out to doubtful. He didn't. So there wasn't even a single game where he was doubtful, right? He was out, and then he played.
No, it was out to doubtful. And it's I think you can check my facts on this, but I think someone told us it was like 2% of doubtful players end up playing. So it was a really
Just
rare chance that he was going to play.
classic Timberwolves.
So that's just the Timberwolves for you right there. And then it's like, yeah, you add one, you have to take one away, obviously, with the Timberwolves.
We'll talk
like,
about that
We're
later.
never going to, we're not,
We got to push that. There's
we're
a
not
big,
going to, there's big news, but it was awesome seeing D'Lo back last night. I guess getting into the game. Obviously, he was on a minutes restriction, 23 minutes, I think, in the game, 23, 24. Ended with 25 points, and I thought he played incredible down the stretch. He won us the game against the Kings. He hit 2 straight threes and then got fouled on a deep 2. I mean, and then he hit a baseline shot. Him and Cat, I think, scored the last 16 points of the game. So that's what Timberwolves fans have legitimately been dreaming about for a year now, is seeing them close out a game, and it finally happened against a Kings team who maybe could sneak into the 10th seed. You never know.
yeah. It's so funny how all the fans just like everyone turned on D'Lo. No one believed on D'Lo anymore, and now I guarantee everyone's back on the D'Lo train. It's just so funny.
See, that's what was pissing me off. So if you guys don't know, D'Lo is my favorite player, and then I saw the comments on the Timberwolves page like, "Oh, that's my point guard. I love that guy." And like, I'm like, no, like, f most of you who said you wanted to trade him, like
Everyone wanted to trade
middle
him.
of the season, and like Peyton and I were literally the only ones saying no. Like we like D'Lo a lot.
Wait, I'm not even the biggest D'Lo fan as a player, but like, it's just idiotic to like want your like just trade someone at without even seeing him play with Cat like that.
Yeah, we're 3-0 this year with those two. 3-0
Yeah.
against the Jazz and the Kings. Who are actually the Jazz are the best team in the NBA right now, and the Kings are a solid team.
Yeah, they got the rookie of the year on their team, so I love that, dude. They like literally people will do anything to not have Ant be the rookie of the year.
Dude, when I saw Ant drop on the rookie of the year pollings to 2 after he had just closed out that game and won it.
Who's number 1?
It was Tyrese Halliburton moved up into NBA's number 1. I'm like, dude, what?
And you guys,
I'm like, Ant's been playing some of the historically best rookie basketball in the past month.
And you guys
like
got
24 points per game.
You got to realize I am a diehard Iowa State fan. I'm the biggest Iowa State fan in Wisconsin. There's not a single like Iowa State fan bigger than me. And I still like Ant is so much better of a like NBA of a rookie of the year candidate than Tyrese. And I'm sorry.
Like Tyrese Halliburton right now is like he's like so good in his own right that he's like a veteran NBA point guard right now. Like he's doing everything efficiently, and he's getting a good amount of assists. He's shooting really well, averaging like 12 points. He's doing everything right. But I think that's going to kind of plateau. I don't think he can go up from there, really. I think he's a great player, and I hope he becomes an all-star one day. But just if Ant started the season like he's been playing the past month, like he'd be averaging over 20 points right now, and that'd be like a rookie record. It's
It,
the amount of points he's scoring right now as a rookie is unheard of behind LeBron and Carmelo, and those are two of the best players our game has ever seen.
it's just funny how they literally will do anything. Like they want Emmanuel quickly over
A bench player.
like I'll be in the comment section. I'll be like, who's the rookie of the year? And more people will vote for Emmanuel quickly than Anthony Edwards. No one comments Anthony Edwards.
I don't know why, and I don't know why.
Why is
Because
he
I
the
feel like
most
he's a
hated
really
number one
likable.
pick of all time?
I don't know. It's the LaMelo
He's
effect.
such a
I
great
guess.
guy, dude. Yeah, and I'm wearing the LaMelo shirt, and I wish it said ANT on it, but it is now. And I'm a
Ant
big
will have
fan.
to get some. Does he have merch? I don't think he
No,
does.
no.
But yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. It's kind of absurd, like the amount of people that just hate. Like all I see is like, oh, but he's inefficient. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, not
Dude,
every other rookie's inefficient too. That's the
it seems
point.
like it's a trend. It's a trend to like want to pick out like Tyree. It's a trend
Nitpick.
to say like Tyrese Halliburton's the rookie of the year, Emmanuel quickly. Like no one wants to say Anthony
Yeah,
Edwards.
they nitpick these little like dumb like, oh, Anthony Edwards inefficient, Tyrese Halliburton efficient. That's why he's better. I'm like, well, Anthony Edwards does legitimately everything better besides that.
Yeah, and yeah, of course we're not hating on Tyrese Halliburton. He's a great player, but is he the rookie of the year?
No.
I don't know. He's gonna be a great player.
I think he's not, probably number 3. I think if LaMelo didn't get hurt, it's definitely Melo, Ant,
Yeah,
then Halliburton.
yeah,
I
but
don't
like I don't know.
I think it's like it's sad to say. I think why Ant deserves it is because he made it a race. Like after that 42-point game when he started going crazy, like yeah, that race tightened up. Like LaMelo had some pressure. So I don't think it's a constellation rookie of the year for Ant
Mickey
whatsoever.
Mouse?
But I think if Tyrese Halliburton won it,
No,
no, that he doesn't deserve that.
no. And yeah, I love Tyrese, but I don't know. It's great to have D'Lo back. Do you think that his hair had anything to do with his performance?
I think so. I think he kind of went back to the early Timberwolves, late Nets look, and it suited him well. He was playing like Brooklyn Nets DLO. He was hitting all the clutch shots.
I don't know why you didn't do that earlier.
Yeah, I didn't really like the I don't even know what to call them. They're just like thick
Yeah,
cornrow. I don't know. I don't even know what to call them.
but what? So I wanted to comment. I tweeted it. No one liked it or retweeted it. But during the Knicks game, was he wearing a dress?
No.
He
I
was
remember I think I pointed that out to
he was wearing a
my
red
roommate, but
he was wearing a red hoodie and like I think they were just red shorts, but they were the same color. But
so
the
it looked
hoodie
like a
was
dress.
baggy and it looked like a dress. And I was like, "What? Come on, man!"
Yeah, he has interesting style on the sidelines. But honestly, the thing I was really pumped up to see was him just when he hit those 2 threes, he was just yelling at the middle of the court. And like, oh, we forgot about the most important part. Fans are back now too. So I
Oh
think
yeah,
that hopefully jolted some of the players to have a little energy.
for sure, dude. I was trying to buy some tickets. I was gonna, but I never ended up doing it. Maybe if
How
you
much
get
are I don't even they're probably
not bad, like
not
90.
bad.
I guess
Hey
that's
guys, maybe you'll see a
I
little
mean, hey,
Timberwolves game coming up. We'll see.
we'll see about that. We'll see about that.
We'll see. But yeah, it was really good to have him back. I thought we played a really complete game. We never, first
Trail.
of all, well, we trailed
Yeah, we
by
never
only
like
like 3. That was the
yeah,
big point I was gonna make was these past few wins, besides the Kings one, like the couple wins we had to make humongous comebacks. And this game we were never really out of it. It was always like a 3-5 point game, and it was just a normal game, a normal win. This was one of the besides like the Pistons and the Jazz, this was the only normal win we've had.
yeah, we looked like a real NBA team.
It was nice. It was nice for once.
And for me, like like I don't know. I have so much like hope for next season. Like we
I do too,
literally
man.
are
I
doing
do too.
everything right. Like if we add a professional 4 and if we get if we get a draft pick, are you kidding me?
If we get Evan Mobley, dude, at the 4, are you kidding me? That's like a super lineup.
Dude, that's literally like a super
If everyone stays healthy, literally health is the key to this team. Like if everyone was healthy this year, I'm not even joking with you guys. I think we might sneak into the playoffs. If everyone was healthy, you see the effect that D'Lo has on this lineup. Like Cat and Ant couldn't do it by themselves. You put D'Lo in this lineup, they win by 10. It's because D'Lo contributes like 20 to 25 a game. He's like ginormous factor in them winning games.
What everyone was saying was like, well, how are we gonna have? We said it ourselves. How are you gonna be able to fit another scorer into that lineup? But like the thing with basketball and the thing with the NBA right now is you can never have enough scorers.
It's a talent league, man. Like
You want to have as much as possible.
if you put 5 guys with talent on the floor and they can all score the ball all levels, like our healthy lineup can do. If you have a DLO, Malik, Ant, Jane McDaniels, Cat lineup, everyone can shoot, everyone can score. There's no double teaming. You can't double team Cat.
Which
You
they
can't
were
leave one
doing.
of those guys open.
They were doing in the Knicks game a lot. And I know I keep going back to the Knicks game, but I mean I was on vacation, guys. That was really the one game I got to watch the whole thing. And
Yeah.
they doubled Cat a lot. I noticed that. That was their strategy. And I thought he did a pretty good job of getting it out of those double teams to the shoot.
Yeah, what every team's been doing because Malik and D'Lo have been out is just double teaming Cat, and then he has to kick out. And I mean, there's not Jaden McDaniels has been doing a great job of hitting those kickouts, but there's not a lot of other players that can do it.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to touch on too was I really, really, really like the Nas and Cat pair. Like,
yeah,
really good. We get a lot of. I think it's an improvement in defense, and we've been getting a lot of rebounds lately. I don't think. There hasn't been one game where I'm like, wow, like we have gotten out. I think we've out rebounded every single team we played.
I don't know. I'd have to check the stats, but and the thing of what was weird about that is usually when you play two bigs, you have one of them that can shoot, and the other one is more of like a back to the basket type of five.
Yeah,
But they're both very versatile bigs, is what. So I think that's like something that doesn't really happen often, and like it works really well because what we've said before is Nas is like a miniature Cat.
yeah, for sure. He
style.
definitely is. And I've guys like the optimism for me has legitimately never been higher for the next season. Like we got a competent coach who's shown us he can win games. Like what did we go from? He's won almost more games than Saunders has.
I think
like
we're almost
like
at 500 after the All-Star break.
Yeah, and like with the injuries we had with D'Lo and Malik, and then Cat having a hurt wrist, like what he's done in at least winning some games is absolutely incredible. So like you give him a fully healthy lineup with this team, like oh man, I'm excited for next year, guys. If I'll make a prediction right now, if we're fully healthy the whole season, same lineup pretty much, maybe even add a high round draft pick, it's a playoff team easy, like
Well, dude,
a decent playoff team.
I'm saying a 4 seed,
Yeah,
4 or 5. Like if we have that lineup and they play like together, like dude, that's a scary team, and people don't realize it yet. No one realizes it. Like, dude, that has the potential to be like the next big team that people are like, oh wow, the Timberwolves came out of nowhere, but no, they've.
no, we know where we came from.
But yeah, so I have a debate question for you. Thought about this on the plane ride back yesterday. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch the mic. I know people have been complaining about that. But so after this Beasley thing, and now Dane Moore said he's going to be out for the season, according to Dane Moore. So should we have traded Malik Beasley for John Collins? Now looking back at it, or is he too valuable to the point where you'd rather have him for next year on the team?
Way too valuable. We wouldn't have been. I don't think we can sign John Collins long term, and Malik Beasley's contract is just incredible. And let's not forget that Malik is one of the most durable players. So like for him to sustain this injury, it took a lot for him to break down, because he played every single game before his suspension and before he got hurt. Like maybe that was why his hamstring.
Maybe they got to hit some load management.
Well, maybe it was just because he was coming off the suspension and he worked right back into the game, playing over 30 minutes a game, and he probably stressed himself out. I mean, that could be it. It's just he's one of the most durable players in the NBA, has one of the best contracts in the NBA, one of the best 3-point shooters in the NBA. It's such a good fit, for this team. Like
never have enough shooters. That's our thing. We need to get a T-shirt that says that you can't have enough scoring in the NBA. It's never a problem.
And now it's too bad he hurt his hamstring, because now like you really can't double Cat, because if you have Malik in that corner, I guarantee you last night if Malik was in the lineup, he would have hit like 5 corner threes. Like he would have been open on so many plays, because that pick and pop action from Cat and D'Lo, and then you
got one of the fastest releases in the NBA.
It's awesome. It's gonna be awesome to see, guys. Like
so yeah, yesterday I actually took a tour of Malik Beasley's life. So I was in Tallahassee at Florida State University. I walked around the basketball stadium, and then I flew to Atlanta which is where Malik grew up. And then I flew to Minneapolis, is where he is now. So I don't know.
There you go. You took the Malik Beasley route. But yeah, I don't think we actually touched directly on it. But yeah, Malik Beasley out. Timeline's 4 to 6 weeks. I think they said if it were to go all 6 weeks, that'd be the day after the last game of the season. So I don't know if they'll. I would hope they wouldn't make him play because there's just no reason to seriously injure someone before the end of the season. We want to see them play together, but I just don't think it's worth it.
No.
But yeah, so
well,
it's a good season by Malik, man.
As an optimist, just look at it like this. So it was so big when DLO was out that like Ant and Cat got to build that chemistry and like take on bigger roles. So now with Malik out, now Ant, DLO, and Cat can kind of build up that chemistry without having to worry about getting Malik his shots and having Malik. So it's gonna make the team better, I think. I think it's gonna make everyone better, and it's also gonna, I don't know, kind of keep us sleepers for next year.
Yeah, I saw a stat today, or I saw a tweet today, and it was Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Anthony Edwards have been on the floor for a combined 13 minutes together. Combined 13 minutes. Because if you think about it, those were the 2 first games where Ant probably wasn't getting a lot of play time, and then when he did, he was probably running with the bench.
So yeah,
That's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Do you think that they did that on purpose? Do you think they said, okay, we're gonna give him some good news with D'Lo coming back, and then we'll hit him with the Beasley's out for the season?
Do you think D'Lo rushed himself back to compensate for Malik being out? Like he's like, oh shoot, man, like the energy's down, like I gotta play now.
Maybe. And he said he had a quote where he's like, yeah, I didn't want to come back until I was 100% ready. So how long do you think he could have played? Like how many weeks ago could he have played, do you think?
But well, if you're 100%, if he was 100%, why was he listed as doubtful though?
Well, because dude, that's how it works with the Timberwolves. Like they just don't make any sense. And who are they kidding? Are the Kings like gonna be that worried? Like, did they really surprise the Kings that much by saying like D'Lo or like I don't know.
I mean, if you're the Kings, you're probably pissed that like the bottom team in the league beat you and you're competing for a playoff spot right now. But
where's Darren? Darren should have had that source. He should have had that story a long time ago from an inside source of D'Lo.
You know, I'm glad he's 100% though, because like that's good to hear after the knee injury. Like if we can get 100% D'Lo and just a healthy D'Lo, I'm happy. I'm happy. No more injuries, man. I think this, knock on wood, but I think this should be the last of the Timberwolves bad luck.
Don't say that. You can't even say that. I'm deleting that out of the video. You can't say that, man. Come on. You know that the next few games we're all gonna be biting our
nails. It's because it's Cat's turn to go down, right?
Oh, dude, stop. Anthony Edwards hasn't missed a game all year. That's all I gotta say.
I just no more injuries, please. Yeah, please.
So another topic I wanted to touch on is Bally Sports North, and it might be the worst thing to happen to the Timberwolves ever.
It's the worst thing to happen to live TV ever. Like it is the worst. Man? We go from like a perfectly sound Fox Sports North broadcast that like never do we see an issue with their broadcast. Like there's no issues ever. It's just classic. You're never gonna notice it until it's gone, and it's gone now. And we're like, why? Like Bally Sports is so. They had to have brought in a new crew because I promise you, the cuts they'll just randomly pop a Bally Sports like cut up in the middle of a play and. I think it's just for advertising. Like I legitimately think it's just like you're supposed to do that like after like a replay and then you cut to Bally Sports North and then to the free throw line. No, they'll just like cut it mid game.
Dude, at one point there was no scoreboard.
Yeah, that's more than one point there was no scoreboard for like minutes.
He just turned it off. And like who's getting paid for that shit, dude? I could run that so much and the scoreboard itself, dude.
Oh, the scoreboard is like a generic 2K scoreboard.
Well, no. So the problem is like they'll have like the Timberwolves score right here, and then they'll have the other games right here, and they're the same size. So you don't know which is which. You're like, oh, am I watching the Lakers Bucks game? Because that score is the same size as the Timberwolves game.
And then when they like don't have those games up, instead of like just cutting it in half and making it a smaller scoreboard and putting it in the top left corner, they just have a giant Bally Sports like across half the TV. Like we know your Bally, and they have the giant B in the corner. Did Fox Sports do that? They have like Fox Sports North, but
yeah.
I don't know why the B is annoying. Like
it just wasn't as ugly. Like
it looks like a generic logo. I don't know why it doesn't look like a TV logo.
We got lucky though that they let us keep the announcers at least.
Yeah, and like Marnie and Annie and all them. Like it's very nice.
Yeah, I don't. I want
But
to get more information on it. I don't know much about like what is Bally Sports North. Like, what is it?
it's terrible, whatever it is. Like we'll talk about it in the Twins talk next too. But like there was a play where I'm just trying to like watch the pitch, and they're just like zoomed in on on like an outfielder's face, and then we missed two pitches.
Yeah.
Like it was two straight pitches. They were slowly zooming in on the left fielder's face.
Well, dude, they yeah, they missed the turnover in the Knicks game, which, dude, like
That's a
that was a
humongous play.
if that was a nationally televised game, or like think about if that was the
Someone would
NBA
have been getting
Finals.
fired. If
Think
someone would have
about
been getting fired.
if that's the NBA Finals, that's like the biggest sin ever committed in basketball. Like you can't maybe at like in like the second quarter, fine. That's okay. But at the end of the game, are you kidding me?
Like you should not have any cuts. Any like I don't know where they were zooming in. They were probably zooming in on some player or something. They missed it.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the camera was. I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened? A play just happened.
And like, yeah, that was like we could have thrown the ball in, got fouled, and won the game, but we turned it over. Like I wanted to know what happened, and they didn't even.
I still don't know how the
They
turnover
didn't even
happened.
talk about it. The announcers didn't even talk about it. They probably like text them like, "Don't say anything." Like hopefully they didn't notice that.
I don't even know, guys. To this, I only know what happened in the Cat turnover. I only know Cat tried to pass it. I don't know what happened still in that first turnover. So if someone wants to comment what happened, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, that's pathetic, man. And yeah, just like so, I edit these videos, and I used to put just way too much stuff on the screen. Like I used to have just way too much crap all over the screen, and it just like it hurts your eyes. That's kind of what the Bally Sports like. Simpler is better. Like all you need is the time, the score, the timeouts left, bonus or not. That's all you need. Keep it simple.
True.
The best thing about like March Madness is when they have like the scores popping up and like the translucent like boxes up on the screen. Like it's not that noticeable. Like you don't have to put it on the same line as everything else.
Exactly. It's just annoying, man. Like that I watched the Wild too a little bit, and like they like it's like hockey even more so than basketball and baseball. It's so important to see what's going on in the bottom of the screen because there's players like in the bottom of the boards,
Yeah.
like the puck's flying around down there. You cannot see what's happening on the bottom of the boards. Like you can only see the top half of the rink.
And we put a poll on our story at _media, and it was like 60-40. People 60% said they hated it, 40% said they loved it.
I'm like, how is it not like 90% hate?
It should have been like a 95% hate, 5% love, and the 5% are just people that are just voting because they're just voting.
Is it just me or like that B, the Bally Sports B that they like advertise and is the top right of the corner? It looks like a baseball logo, like something you put on your hat. Like it doesn't look like a TV logo.
Dude, it's like, and why are they taking over in the middle of the season?
That's the other weird thing. I don't know why it didn't
I
just
guess
start at the new season.
no. Did they start for Twins?
That could be it.
That could be it. But still, yeah, it sucks that they have the monopoly on on all Minnesota sports.
Yeah.
But, oh yeah, another thing I want to talk about, kind of before we wrap this up and get into Twins talk, which you guys will see that tomorrow. Trending NBA is the worst Instagram page ever made.
Do not follow them. Do not even engage in the comments with them. It's just just unfollow them. They post fake news. They don't post real reports.
They don't even give you sources half the time.
I don't know how they have like 70K followers. It's terrible. Like obviously, okay, this is a good segment into this. That Evan Massey guy tweeted the other day that we were gonna blow it up and we were gonna trade Cat and DLO, which none of the Timberwolves insiders said was true. And the thing with Evan Massey is I think he operates his own like podcasting company or his own media company. And guys, it's like us spreading that. We have more followers than him on Instagram. It's like us spreading that rumor.
It's like
he's not a credible source.
No, and he's a Pacers guy.
You know what he said? You know what he said today?
What?
He said he tweeted Kawhi would love the idea of playing for the Heat. I'm like, that is so random. Like what?
Dude, that's what trending NBA like. So he literally would be like, some NBA GMs are thinking about the thought of like the Celtics like getting Cat or something. Like
I'm like, no NBA GMs think of that. Like they're like, no, they're not focused on some other team with a random player. Like no,
but it's just like it has nothing to do with like like, oh yeah, they thought that, but that has nothing to do with that being a real thing.
He likes to say executives say too. Like,
Yeah.
who's an executive?
Well, he won't even say their names. He'll just say some NBA executives like the idea of Lonzo being traded to the Hornets. Like what?
Like, yeah.
And then he says
It's dumb.
breaking. He says
And he says breaking in every single one.
he
I can say the only we have more credible news stories than trending NBA or Evan Massey. We actually, if you guys were OGs, you remember we were the ones that kind of heightened the PJ Tucker news
and
after
Gordon
Darren
and
Wolfson
Aaron
interview.
Gordon.
And Aaron Gordon, yeah.
Well, not us.
was-
Darren came on the show.
Darren did. Darren came on the show and said it, and that's when the PJ Tucker stuff blew up to the Timberwolves. So we have more credible news stories than Evan Massey. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, but just the fact that he puts breaking on the side, I comment so many times like, how is this breaking news? Like it's like, yeah, breaking news. Lonzo Ball may have interest in joining the Knicks at some point in his career or something like something super random. And I'm just like, oh, this guy.
Yeah, it's bad. Like it's terrible. It's terrible.
It's just trying to get as many clicks as possible. He
well, no, it doesn't even work to his favor now because now every time everyone knows he puts breaking news on. Like if I see breaking, I want something to be happening. Like I want news. You're supposed to say rumors. Isn't that what you're supposed to say?
So like breaking news is like when something happens.
Rumor, yeah.
I feel like the only time to put breaking news is if the trade has gone through.
Yeah.
Rumors is not breaking news. Like that's just rumors. So I don't know. I just
go and follow them right now if you guys haven't, because they're
terrible. And we're going to continue to follow them just so we can
get people off their page.
Yeah, and we're usually not like that. I usually don't care, but like it's just that page consistently puts out terrible fake news.
Yeah.
And one more, I got one more thing to talk about. Sorry guys, keeping you on here, but the last thing I want to talk about is ESPN. I was watching ESPN a lot on my vacation, and this is one of their headline stories. You could tell it was just a dead day in the office. It was, is LeBron trying to recruit Steph Curry to the Lakers?
I saw that one.
And dude, they had nothing. They had zero facts to back it up. It was literally just like a hypothetical question.
That's like when SportsCenter, something like crazy happened. I think that Anthony Edwards did something crazy, and they posted like LaMelo like watching LeBron dunk in the game. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm like that. No, that was Ants 42.9.
Yeah.
I really do think it was.
Dude, they ranked LaMelo 4th overall for players under the age of 30,
20,
I think.
30?
No, 25.
It had to have been 25. I'm like
4th? Are you kidding me?
Already, dude? There's players like Luka, Jason Tatum, Zion. There's a lot of good players under 25.
I hate that shit. I hate that shit where people are just begging for clicks.
Begging.
But we're going to be more consistent. I promise you guys this time. I know we've said that like 5 times, but we're going to be very consistent here to the end of the season. Thank you guys for tuning in this long. We're on Spotify and Apple Music, so check us out there. Yeah, a lot to be optimistic about today. It was a fun talk, man. It really was.
Yeah, good to be back.
A lot of energy for sure. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Watch Twins Talk tomorrow. Thank you.